but you're never gonna be me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Geek Gauntlet podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, and we have a calf the thousands with us on can't even talk right now. Bro's just been busy. We got a lot going on the podcast today. First, I'm bringing in a returning member and making his long-time return to the show. My man, Ando. Ando, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
Holy crap, I get second billing tonight? Ando, get second billing tonight? God, man, and I didn't even prepare a speech. But because we don't have Janae with us tonight, I want to say to Janae, kick that migraine's ass that's been kicking your ass all day. Yes. And to say that I am thinking about you, I'm going to wear my Washington State Cougar hat because I know you're a Huskies fan. Fucking love it. But yeah, no, man, it's good to be here. Had a rough day at work myself, but you know what? This right here is what I need. I need this to take off all the stress of the day, take this off, kick back for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and yeah, kick it with the homies.
Man, I ain't playing for no 2 hours. I had to be working 7:50 in the morning, so we're gonna make this.
So 90 minutes. We never make this an hour when I'm on the show, man. It's always like 90 minutes.
It's gonna be at least, you know, we can shoot for 60. Might end up being 90, but shoot for 60.
Shoot for 60, aim for 90. Let's go.
All right, let's go ahead and bring on everyone else. First thing, bring on, she is the TikTok and cosplay queen. And we're my girl Kat on. Kat, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing good, everybody. How's it going tonight?
Bow down to the queen herself.
The queen of TikTok, the queen of
TikTok.
Yes, that's what she is. Exactly. All right, let's go ahead.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and bring on our resident video game streamer. She was on earlier today. I saw a little bit of it. Diamond, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
What's going on?
Diamond?
What's up?
All right, let's go ahead and bring on this man has forgotten more about comic books now we'll ever know. My man, Tyler. Tyler, what's up?
Hey, I'm ready to be back in the house. And apparently my camera is a lot set up just right. So there we go. Let's do that better.
There we go.
Your camera was a little high. Have you been getting into something you weren't supposed to, Ty?
Well,
wait, it's legal over there in Washington. Never mind.
It very much is. It very much is.
We don't see what Ty does off the camera. We don't know.
No, we don't. But he's always chill. That's probably why.
Very.
Remember, toss, then pass. That passing part is very important.
He sees Tyler right next to him from South Park. You want to get high?
Speaking of, I gotta
integrity. You know.
Yep, integrity. I gotta talk to Diamond because that game comes out this month and see if she's interested in it.
What's up, Andrew? How you doing, brother? Good to have you on the stream. And last but not least, then we're bringing the person who puts all this together, Bruno Man Shaw. And Shaw, what's up?
So what's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
What up, Shaw?
Doing good, man. Can't complain. Real quick, I do want to delete that.
No.
Oh no,
Andrew,
I think I
how's it
did.
going tonight?
No, I didn't. Ro wants to say hi. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Yep. This is the way they should have drew me.
Ando is always going to be positioned directly behind her.
Oh, Will knows my place. Will knows my place. Will knows it. Will knows it. Her and Poison Ivy. Ivy. That's it.
Oh man! All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Possible Power Rangers reboot. Got some possible Spider-Man 98 news. Let's go ahead and get into it real quick. All right, right, Shaw, you are the captain of this train. Go ahead and get us started.
All right. So first up, we got to talk about the Netflix live action Avatar: The Last Airbender, episode 2, titled Warriors. Anybody see episode 2?
That's with the blue people in the Pandora, right?
No.
That's the other Avatar.
The blue
Oh,
people.
okay.
This is the good
Yes,
one.
I saw it.
Oh, he saw Dune Part 2.
Lucky.
Oh, wow. That's
I wanna go
cool.
see it. I want to go see it.
Yes,
I'm sure everybody wants to go to AMC to get those special popcorn buckets too. I'm sure.
The salty ones, right?
Extra butter.
Yeah, extra salty, extra butter. What up, Anderson Posse? How we
How
doing,
you
man?
doing, man? Good to have you guys here. Thank y'all for coming through. No, I didn't see it, Shaw. What was up with that? I didn't get a chance to see it.
All right. Well, it was the adaptation of the episode, The Kyoshi Warriors. Get on the island. We meet General Zhao earlier. Zhao. We get to meet Kyoshi, who obviously has no chill. Then she takes control of Aang's body and just whoops everybody's ass. Because it's Kyoshi. Yeah, we got the stuff with Sokka and Suki, and yeah, all in all, a good adaptation of that episode, expanding on it. And yeah.
Yeah, I think it looked really cool too. I think they did a really good job
Really good too.
at like drafting what we see visually the animation into like live action. It looked good.
Yeah.
He said he didn't want any of that popcorn in that bucket.
Oh, you want that?
Andrew, don't worry. No one would tell. We don't kink shame here.
Yes, we don't. This is true.
And butter may work as a great non-adhesive slab lubrication. Who knows? Maybe you're into that kind of thing.
The only thing that we talk about is bad road drawers. Well, other than that, that's about it.
We do have a segue to our Only Feats. No,
He said only.
Kat takes the funds for that. Kat, show them your Instagram stuff when you get down at the end of the podcast.
Sure, that is Wiki Feet. I'm gonna need you to,
Well, see, I'm not up to date on that stuff. That's what you do.
yeah, you know.
that's why we pay Kat the big bucks.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's why she's the queen.
for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead,
Next
Sean.
up. All right, next up, actress Isabella Mercedes from Madam Web has said that the failure of her movie was for the same reason that the Marvels and Birds of Prey have failed, which is because the male audience still hides a deep disdain for strong female characters.
That's
What do y'all
bullshit.
Okay.
I
Hold on,
agree.
hold on.
I want Kat's
Kat,
opinion
you-
first. Let's hear from Kat.
Get him, Cat. Get him.
So, for all you basic bitches out there, you cannot
Hold on.
blame your failures on men. If you want to be strong, independent women, you can't put your success or failure on men. You bitches got to get that straight.
Say it again, Cat. Say it again. Say it again, Cat. Say it again.
For
Praise
them
the Lord.
basic
Praise the
bitches.
Lord. Say it again.
For all
Wow.
you bitches,
Yes.
your success and your failure is not the result of men.
Yes.
Okay. Good movie, bad movie, geared for men, geared for women, whatever.
Yes, Lord.
If it was a good movie, it wouldn't matter if the target audience was male. And for a Madam Web film, yes, it is a comic book film, but that doesn't mean that you can only blame the men, because women have at least 50% of the money out there too to
Mhm.
decide what movies we want to go see. And if a story or a film doesn't appeal to us, we're not going to go see it. I haven't seen Madam Web. I don't know if it's good, bad, or other. I wasn't impressed with the trailer. So maybe y'all need to go back to production
Well.
and sort yourselves out.
Mm,
Preach, sister,
Preach it.
preach.
preach it. Preach it. Mm.
here's my take on it, right? If it were a good movie, everybody. No, you don't have to full size me. Well, pull back. I don't want all the screen time. No, but for real, I mean, if it
All
was
the
a good
attention's
movie,
on me.
yeah, no, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. No, get that. No, this far out, I'm okay with it. I don't need our viewers going, oh God, it's that ugly guy, and then you guys need the views, so keep me back so people can't see me fully. But no, I'm gonna back up what Kat says. I mean, just like the male audience can't be like, oh, Magic Mike failed because the ladies didn't want to. Oh man, it's so wet down there, or oh God, Channing Tatum. It's
Did Magic Mike fail?
No, I don't know if Magic Mike.
Oh,
I
did
didn't see it in theaters. I waited. I didn't go see. Look, I'm wearing the white T-shirt, but that doesn't make me Magic Mike. Okay,
Yeah,
it makes me middle of the. It makes me middle of the road, Matt. Okay, that's what
I mean. Anthony, you've been working out over there. You get, getting that.
Magic Mike 1 did really well.
Yeah.
Magic Mike 2 was just kind of so-so. Like
I didn't know it was the second one.
But I'm in agreement with Kat. All joking aside, I'm in agreement with Kat. If your movie is more or less targeted towards a certain audience, and that audience doesn't want to see it, you set yourself behind the 8 ball already. You can't expect, the girl population are going to go see this because it's completely girl-led cast, when you're basing your story or your synopsis on that movie based off a comic book, which girls don't necessarily read. I know there's a population of girls out there that read it, but you're baking a comic book movie who's loosely based off of Spider-Man, which more kids and middle-aged adults will go see, but not necessarily the women. So when you put yourself in that demographic where it's like, oh, well, why aren't the women coming to see this women-led movie where Spider-Man should be involved? I mean, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, I will agree that if the production team or the writers screwed it up, Isabel has a right to be upset, but you can't just blame one source of the audience, right? If the movie is shit, the audience going to see it is not going to be impressed. They're not going to want to see it again. More importantly, people like us are going to talk about it and be like, it wasn't a really good movie. You guys should wait till it comes out on streaming or DVD. And then that puts yourself in a bad situation.
I do want to say this.
Women constantly blaming men for their failure. Like,
we do everything wrong, though, because we're men.
I do want to say this also. This kind of reminds me of why the WNBA is failing, because women don't go see it. Women have no interest in the WNBA for the majority of women out there. They don't support the WNBA, which is the reason why it's failing. And I just think that was a bullshit statement. If the movie was good, the movie's good. It would be received as being good. But the movie sucked. The actresses and actors tried to overcome that bad writing, but they couldn't. So, again, you can't blame men for your failure when the movie was written poorly, and you just can't. You can't do it. Plus, the expectation of Madam Web, they didn't want the new age Madam Web. They wanted old school wheelchair Madam Web, and I don't just. She hadn't been that. Ty, correct me if I'm wrong. She hadn't been that in a minute.
Oh God, I feel like we haven't seen that since 2010 era, maybe even earlier.
The last time
I think that Madam Web died in a series.
The last time that I saw that Madam Web in any form of Spider-Man related filmography, games, anything like that was Shattered Dimension. If I remember right. I could be wrong, but I think it was Shattered Dimensions.
The last time
and that's
I saw
the last
Madam
time
Web,
that I see her.
The last time I saw Madam Web on anything was that old school Spider-Man cartoon with the dope ass opening. That's the last time I saw anything that had to do with Madam Web.
Spider-Man.
Well, but that's the other problem too. She wasn't a well-known character to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think if they would have maybe done some building through what DC does well, animated shows. You start that.
Marvel does well. Yeah.
You do a couple animated Madam Web shows. Kind of start to build that following.
Yep.
Then, if you want to do a live action in a couple years, then do it.
Has anyone else seen the movie since this came out? Diamond, have you seen it? Char, have you seen it?
I saw it.
What did you think of
Definitely
it?
could have been better.
I'm thinking I'm waiting
Yeah.
till it comes on Disney Plus.
I'm going to state for the record the next movie I want to see in theaters, if there's any movie I see in theaters, it's going to be Borderlands.
Diamond
Not
said she
you?
ain't. Diamond said
Yep.
she ain't spend her hard-earned money on that. I don't blame you, Diamond.
What,
Hey,
you
man,
guys don't want, you guys do not want to see Borderlands?
No, I do.
No, I'm talking about Mountain
I
Web.
do.
I'd rather watch that in Disney
Oh,
Plus.
yeah, no, I
wanna see
mean,
Madam-
yeah, like
I don't
I-
want to
like-
see Madam Web again, but I'll go watch Borderlands.
Hell yeah, we should make it a Geek Gauntlet vacation. Everybody goes see the movie at the same time.
Put your phone up. Everybody
Yep.
live stream.
I'm
Same
sorry,
time,
you
put your
guys need
phone
to
up.
put your
Everybody
phones
live
down. No,
stream.
it's for a podcast that we're doing. We all need to see it at the same time, man. You can get in on
That's
this
what we
if
need.
you
We
want.
ain't trying to pirate the movie. We ain't trying to
Yeah.
pirate it.
Yep.
Though I
We're
have
taking a
seen-
field trip. This is our 9 o'clock showing that we have for part of. You can see us on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook.
Oh man, I don't blame you, Dom. No, what's your money on that? It wasn't very good. They tried, but it wasn't very good. Did you ever see it, Ty?
Did you say did I see it or did you say do I want to see
Did
it?
you see it?
No, I haven't
you
seen
see
it yet. I will probably wait until it's on the show. I'll watch it when it hits Netflix. It'll probably hit Netflix before it hits Disney Plus, because of
Think so?
licensing probably.
Yeah. That's true too.
Because I mean Morbius hit Netflix before.
Oh
and
God, we're
So,
gonna
I mean-
talk about that.
It's
well,
morbid.
they're both in the same
time.
boat probably. So I mean, so yeah,
We're talking about
I'll watch
Morbius.
it when it hits Netflix in the next 90 days.
I'd rather go watch the world's worst anime than watching that again. Oh my gosh! All right,
What, Food Wars.
All right.
That is the
enough
worst.
of that. And as much as I love Janae, I would never give her that satisfaction of telling her that I watched it. Doggone, and I ain't doing it.
So what I'm hearing is Will watches it. He just doesn't tell us he watches it.
That's what I heard too.
No, sir. Yeah, I ain't mess with that thing. No, that don't sound right. Fool. Okay. All right. What is next show?
All right. Isabel also said she's glad that she's praising James Gunn about the script for Superman Legacies, that it's going to be a Lois Lane led movie. That Lois Lane is going to be the protagonist,
See, man.
and Superman is going to be more of a symbol. What are your thoughts on that?
Will, before you get worked up, again, they haven't even started filming, right? This hasn't even day one filming hasn't even started, correct?
I'm not sure. I think they have started recently. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, how I see it, everyone's gonna have their own opinion about what they're doing, and they've already announced there's clearly a shit ton of actors, clearly a shit ton of characters, and a lot of different inspirations of where the storylines are coming from. So I would say at this point, do not get your hopes up, as well as don't get like overly stressed about something until we see the first trailer, because really we have no idea what we're talking. This person can be like, yeah, you know what? It's going to be led by Lois Lane.
Lois Lane, no.
You don't know it. Like it's just anyone's going to say anything right now, because also it's in her best interest to say it's about Lois, because then guess what? Now she's going to start lining up other acting jobs right after this before the movie even comes out. Like, I'm just saying, don't get stressed out over it.
He's only had a few good storylines in the comics, though.
I don't know what it's going to be, and the odds of it being focused around Lois when is very, very unlikely.
Then why not call the movie Lois Lane with Superman? You're calling it Superman Legacy. That's like saying, hey guys, this is the Geek Gauntlet podcast, and then Will doesn't show up until the last 15 seconds to basically outro us out.
The point I'm making is you can't get stressed out of this, because most likely that's probably not. It's not what we think it's going to be. Like
I'm saying as a fan of Superman,
Mhm.
if I waste my money
Mhm.
to go see that movie,
Mhm.
expecting to see Superman, and I have to watch Lois Lane,
Mhm.
regardless of who the actress is,
Mhm.
the movie's title
Mhm.
says Superman,
Mhm.
and Superman is not in it, I'm going to get pissed because that's false
You ain't
advertising.
lying.
Right? It'd be
I mean-
like X-Men Wolverines, or it'd be X-Men Origins Wolverine, but Wolverine has that line from X-Men First Class, go fuck yourself. And that's his only appearance.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Please, Ty, go ahead.
There was an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where Buffy is not in it because she went to Angel, and there is an episode of Angel where Angel is not there because he went to Buffy.
and that's fine. How
And
many
those were good
into
episodes
Buffy?
too.
How many episodes of Buffy and Angel did they run before they did that episode?
Let's see. The Angel episode probably would have been season 2. So
Okay.
somewhere in that. And then
So
Buffy,
you had at least 10 episodes of Angel, right? Totally.
Yeah, I don't
fine with
remember
that.
how. I think.
And then if I remember right, Buffy did that like 6 or 7 seasons in. I'm totally fine with that.
You probably about 4. Probably about 4.
Okay.
Still.
I mean, you still had time to build your foundation.
Because this is a movie, right? Superman Legacy they're doing is a movie.
Yes.
Now, to Tyler's point, if she's just trying to line up more gigs for herself, bitches, quit running your mouth.
Everyone does it, but guys and girls.
Because
the dude is playing Lex Luthor. Like, dude, the whole movie's about Lex Luthor, guys. Like, give me more movies. Line me up.
Right, but here's the thing. It's just kind of like when the gal from Snow White was like, we need to make this less about the fairy tale and more about her being a strong, independent woman. One thing, ladies, if you're a strong, independent woman, you don't need to go out and start talking about how you're a strong, independent woman.
Just show
This is the same thing. If you are Lois Lane and you are hoping to get other parts, you don't go out and say, yeah, by the way, this Superman movie is totally all about Lois Lane.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, because that's literally that's shooting yourself in the foot. Because to Ando's point, if there are enough people in the audience that are like, well, this actress said it's all about Lois and she's the main protagonist, I'm not going to see it because there's not Superman in it. You've just shot yourself in the foot. So, somebody should pull her aside and be like, bitches.
It's still.
I need you to think before you speak.
But again, I think anything that comes out, like anything that's being said by any actor in the movie at this point, is literally just to line up their next gig, because it's not to hype people up for the movie, because we know that we're not going to get a trailer for another 6 to 8 months. By that point, we've already forgotten what someone has already said. I mean, by next week, someone's going to post something on Twitter, and we're going to forget anything that just happened here.
Which like I said, totally get your point there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like someone might want to reel some of these people in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
Like, if you keep running your mouth like this about things that are not accurate about the film, they're not going to have another role ever. And it's not because someone's going to blacklist you. It's because the movie's going to perform so poorly that it's like, oh, we don't want to touch that. It's toxic.
Well, if you're Marvel, you'd be blacklisted. I mean, we saw what happened to Sentry.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
Goodbye, Sentry.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I want to introduce our special guest, Salem. Salem is on the podcast.
What up? What up?
Hello.
Hi. Can you say hi?
Now he says hi, and then he starts talking like
Yep.
Now,
if I get there will be times where I'll pet him and I'll stop, and then he starts talking to me like, "Hey, what are you doing? Pet me."
Mm-hmm.
He's Salem's Saberhagen.
Yeah, no, it's just Salem. He's Salem cat. Salem. See?
What's next?
Salem.
All right, y'all. What we got up next, bro?
All right, we also got some casting for Superman Legacies. Wendell Price has been cast as Perry White. What are your thoughts?
Let me do some research on who Wendell Price is, because that's not a household name. Hold on.
He was on
Are you serious, cat? What? Willie.
Yeah.
I've urged to say that for so long.
Yeah, that's what she said, buddy. That's what she said. Yeah. See, now you scared him off. Thanks.
What's up, pussycat? Whoa.
I mean, before I was
but
being interrupted by Kat's comment, let me do some research.
Yeah.
But this is a dude that played in Suit.
Yeah, he was also in Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't hate that casting. I think it could be good casting.
Man, that can be good. That can be really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can see that.
All right. Dan Lin, producer of the Lego Movie and of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series, has been named the new head of the Netflix original film development. What are your thoughts?
Interesting.
I mean, the old guy was doing a good job, so I mean,
How about he
hopefully
was too?
he carries the trend on.
How I guess how often do they change heads at Netflix? I guess.
I have no idea.
Are they still going to continue canceling your favorite shows after 2 or 3 seasons?
No. That's
Well,
Fox.
That's fine.
This is-
No. I'm still waiting. Since 8, Mindhunter. We can start going down the list. There's
They
plenty
totally
of shows.
could have made what was it? Bird Box. They totally could have made
How you doing,
a
man?
second movie of Bird
Thank you for
Box.
coming to the stream. We appreciate you. How are you tonight?
Yeah, yes, we wholeheartedly support that message that DC is good at animated.
Oh,
Yes, very
absolutely.
With the exception of one movie. And Shaw knows what I'm talking about. The Killing Joke was terrible. That was some trash.
Can I?
They got to make a bad
This
one. Hell, they
animated-
made the Marvels
that
for
animated
Marvel,
movie
right?
was trash.
Could
Look,
I ask
look.
what part of it was trash
Even
out of
DC
curiosity?
animated has to mess up once in a while. I mean, look at the Marvels, right? The Marvels was a bad
This
movie.
is true. This is
So
true.
you gotta give them. I just set off Ty. I'm sorry.
But the thing about it, though,
Brie Larson ain't got no butt.
she don't. she need to grow a booty. But anyway, it wasn't a good animated film to me. It just wasn't good.
Like you didn't like the style, or or the right? And I'm not a huge fan of it either. I was just curious because everyone I've ever talked to has always told me how great they love it. So if this is the first time I'm hearing someone else say like,
I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the writing and the pacing.
The pacing, I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, I don't like that at
But
all.
you enjoyed the comic of the Killing Joke.
I
right?
love the comic. Don't get me wrong. The comic kicked ass, but just
the comic is a short comic, and then they're like, "Hey, we're gonna try and turn it into a movie." Well,
Yep.
Speaking of Batman in animated form, both Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill will voice their characters in Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3.
Yes.
I am in absolute agreement with this. As long as before and after they have to put in their "Thank you, Kevin."
Of course
they
they
have
will.
to put that in
Come
there
on,
because that's going to be his last appearance.
No, it's not.
You don't think it's not?
Nope.
No,
There's
he
one
had
more
several. He was working on several projects simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah,
At the
they've
time,
have
Yeah.
supposedly they've announced that there are 2 more projects that will be
And
released.
he voiced Batman in the Suicide Squad game, right? Kill the Justice League.
Yep. He did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No,
but that's
Now a lot of people.
for this
Now a lot of
and
people
an
are
upcoming
asking.
cartoon.
And a lot of people are asking why Brainiac chose Batman versus everybody else. To me, my opinion on it is this: Batman is the true leader. He's the best strategist. Superman is just a hired gun. If you go back, there's nobody else that can strategize like Batman.
Yeah.
Green Lantern can't do it. Flash can't do it. Wonder Woman can't do it. So
Which Green Lantern are we talking?
I'm talking. I'm talking about Jon Stewart.
You don't think Jon Stewart can strategize?
He can't strategize like Batman can strategize.
I'm sorry, dude. I gotta go with Will on that, man.
He can't try. He maybe militarily, but if it came down to knowing your enemy, beating your enemy with prep time, oh, he
Batman.
can't do it like Batman. Can't nobody do it like Batman.
It's kind of like how I think that
Batman is the
Iron Man
brain
is
for the
the-
whole league.
Iron Man is the face of the Avengers.
He the brain. He the brain and the money.
Mm-hmm.
Batman is something special. I will always understand that. But there are a handful of comics I've definitely read where Jon Stewart's had a little bit of the upper hand on Bruce because he does have some military background, and so sometimes in war zones he does have the upper hand.
And I was like, and that's why I always say militarily,
Yeah,
he will have the knowledge. He will have that over Bruce because Bruce never served. But when it comes down to knowing your enemy, breaking down their weaknesses, who's better than Batman? And you giving him prep time too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's a difference between military strategy and then getting prep time to figure out your enemies and whatnot.
I'm just suggesting out of anyone else in the Justice League, Jon Stewart's Green Lantern is probably actually one of the few that could relatively go to toe-to-toe intellectually with Batman. Just because he's a lot smarter than he leads on.
So, Ty, I want to ask, in a game of Risk, who's going to win, Batman or Jon Stewart Green Lantern?
Honestly, again, it could go either way because
I'm gonna go Batman. I bet Batman wins.
okay,
Especially if Batman gets an idea, like plan time. Hey, this is where we're gonna start our pieces.
there
Batman's
is
got it. Batman's got
comic books where Batman has openly admitted. I'll have to go find it, but I know Batman has admitted to underestimating John's intellect.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm not saying
part of
Johnny's
Batman's
dumb.
character, though.
I'm
No,
not
no, I
saying
know.
Johnny's dumb.
I'm just saying. I know that like growing up, I remember reading a comic. I'd have to go track it down now. Now it's gonna make me want to track it. But there was a comic book where I don't know. They were doing something. They were having a discussion of some sort, and I think Batman had said something, and the Green Lantern kind of put something out there, and had Batman like walk away from it for a while and come back and goes, "Well, you had the answer the whole time, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yep." I was like, so it's one of those times where every so often he's a little smarter than he lets on, and so like he intellectually he could probably go pretty well with Bruce. Sure, Batman finds a way. I get it. We all have our soft spot, I get it. Until
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Is that because his parents are dead?
Good God, Cat.
Oh, damn. She don't
Well,
went
you can
that
put
way.
Cat in timeout, right?
She don't went that way.
Every
Bears, baby.
We all
time.
know that Terry McGinnis should get his own movie. I'm just saying.
Oh, he should. I agree with you. 100%. 100%. Michael Keaton could be old Bruce Wayne.
Batman's great, but Terry McGinnis had style.
Terry McGinnis.
You can
was Batman
you can
Forever-
cast
or Batman Beyond, right?
Yeah, we talking. Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
He deserved that.
McGinnis was Batman Beyond, right?
Yes. He was
We need a Batman Beyond movie.
clone-ish of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, clone-ish. His DNA.
Mm-hmm.
DNA between him and between Bruce's DNA with his actual mom's DNA. That's kind of messed up though, because it's like his father was raising his son. That's kind of jacked up. Think about it for a second.
Yeah, he didn't know.
That's jacked up. That's like paying child support for somebody else's kid.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's jacked up right there.
Thank you,
But
Diamond.
Well, in theory, he was supposed to die when Terry was young, but Bruce put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Die that easy.
Well, yeah, because he doesn't want anybody else to grow up without their parents.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are dead.
I thought it was kind of
Actually,
interesting though when you go back and look at that.
adopting children, so kind of. I mean,
I think it was kind of interesting though when you go back and look at that episode of Justice League Unlimited. It takes you
they
back
jump
to
in the future?
Batman Mask of the Phantasm
Oh,
because
yeah.
because that chick was supposed to kill the parents, but she couldn't do it because the kid was there. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
I love
And
the
then in
episode
Crisis on
Unlimited.
Infinite Earths, and then on Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 1, he meets up with Robin. Robin explains who he is and how he got to be, and then Batman says, "Oh, that's terribly irresponsible."
I've seen that meme. No, I like in Justice League Unlimited when they travel to the future. It's one of the only times.
Agree, bro.
There's a character called, I think it's called Warbird. I think he is, and he.
Oh
is
yeah, that's Shira's and Jon Stewart's kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a dope ass character.
Yeah.
Teaming up with Terry and Static Shock, and they're just
They should have I thought they should have kind of like went down the road a little further with that character.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with him.
They didn't do nothing with him. He was in that a couple episodes, and that's it.
Yeah,
they
I think
did
he did
nothing
like
with him.
3
Nothing
episodes.
with him. Yeah, they did nothing with him. And it's like
I don't even think he got his own comic.
That's messed up.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm 90% sure he didn't get his own comic.
All right, Shaw, go ahead, my friend.
All right. Also, we have the first look at the Batman Aztec, version number 4. This is apparently a thing that's happening. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I'm just hear me out here. I'm just not sure how it ties into the story. But mind you, I don't follow Batman that much further than to know he has dead parents because like they reboot him every time.
There's a thing in the comics.
I mean, like I said, that headpiece is super cool. Like, I mean, I love the
It looked
costume
like
of the
some
character.
off of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Game of Thrones had that would have made Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was
I don't know.
cool.
The
That
only thing
would've
I
made
don't
it
like about it is it doesn't
cooler.
cover like the cowl is kind of like the important part of Batman. And while I like the helmet and all, it just keeps like that middle part of his face. And it just, I don't know, it just, when I think of Batman, I think of his identity being hidden with that cowl.
Warhawk.
True.
Right,
So
right.
otherwise, I think it's dope. I like it. I don't know if I'd go see the movie until it, shows up on Max or Prime or whatnot, but.
Right, we'll see. We'll see. All right, we also got the first look at the Superman logo, Superman Legacy, picture number 5 and 6.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, this is the confirmation from Gunn that this is real.
So we now
like a
know
lot
that
of
we're gonna
ice.
get the sanctity. I can't say it, the solitude or whatever. The
Fortress of Solitude.
yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. The sea of snow, so I'm obviously assuming that's what we're gonna go.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was gonna be a Christmas movie. Just kidding.
It's a frosty ass honky is what it is.
This Christmas, let's Superman save the day.
He was outside the building when he was doing Die Hard.
Yep. This Christmas, Santa needs saving. Here's Superman.
Man.
There's only one man who can save Santa, and his
I mean, to
letter
be
is
fair,
on his chest. Santa
Darkseid is canonly terrified of Santa.
Yep, I saw that.
I hate that cape.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
I'm sorry, man. I'll always be a fan of the
Spencer,
Christopher
how you
Reeve
doing, man?
Superman cape with the
Never
logo
coming
on
through
the
the
back of
stream.
the cape. That will always be the best cape.
Thanks for coming to the stream, Spencer. We appreciate you, man.
Hi, Spencer.
I just hate the cape. I'm used to a longer, more
Square.
more square design. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's just because this is like a rough cut. It's not like, with the flex and stuff. It probably will be long, probably.
We
That
all
kinda
know that
looks like-
Superman's package isn't that big. They can take that little air bubble out of the bottom.
Thank you, Ando, for saying it for me. I was like,
Yep.
seriously, did they give him a cod piece? Like,
Well, he is Superman, so,
Super lame, man.
Oh, hey, I'm just I don't like the cape because the cape is very like Legion of superhero-ish.
Yeah. I don't know. I think of Superman, just like with Batman, I think about the cape with the on the bottom. With Superman,
Yeah.
you got to have that clean cut. You got to
Yeah.
have that square look, man.
Yeah.
Like if you can't pretend that you're wearing a towel, getting out of the shower, going naked in the mirror. Yeah, no, it's the wrong shape of cape.
What?
You heard me.
Uh-oh.
I mean, obviously that's why they had to give him the cod piece. So when he gets out of the shower in the morning,
Superman doesn't do it. Jesus Christ,
Oh my goodness.
I'm a super big boy today.
Go
God.
ahead, Shaw. Yeah.
All right. Next up, I just wanted to do a little talk about the show Gurren Lagann, which I just finished rewatching. It had been a very long time since I rewatched it, so I forgot how great the show was. I think it's really the really big theme about it is the whole believing in people that it's easy. It's hard to believe in yourself sometimes, but it's easier to believe in people who are believing in you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
True.
Believe in as many people as you can. Yeah. Have any of you rewatched the show? What are your thoughts about Gurren Lagann?
I have not seen it personally myself.
I have not seen it either.
I only seen a couple episodes.
I thought it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann is an outstanding, wonderful, enjoyable show. The characters are, for the most part, most of the characters are pretty designed well. Like they have they're actually 3-dimensional characters in the sense of you actually get to watch them progress and become different as over time. And I do enjoy and I know a lot of animes have done this, but I feel like Gurren Lagann was the first one I ever watched that did this, and so now I always compare him to Gurren Lagann. But the idea of halfway through the series, you defeat the big bad, and then the second half or the second season, however you want to word it, you get a new big bad, and it turns out that the first big bad has to help you with the second big bad. Always super cool, super cool.
And the one thing too that you could say because of the time frame of the anime, it didn't really look to use hentai or fan service as its main selling point per se.
I was like, I mean, was it Yoko, right? I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's not like stuff like High School of the Dead or High School
Yeah.
DxD or anything of that level.
Yeah, right.
Because they used the fan service to get you in, and then they were hoping the storyline got you hooked. And one was a zombie thriller, and the other one was about heaven, hell, and dead angel. So that's what they used to get you in, and then the storyline just got you hooked from that point. That show really didn't depend on that. So shout out to that series.
Yep.
And that's going to be getting a new movie, I believe, next year. I believe.
Right, I heard that one too. Yeah. We'll
Real
see.
quick, Ro.
They've been talking about-
Andrew Rowe wants to say hi again.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Speaking of new movies,
Y'all good?
we got first look for The Crow. First look at Bill Skarsgård. Picture number 2.
I did hear that the old, was it the old director or somebody from the original thing was.
Yeah, I pretty awesome. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like not Heath Ledger, Jared Leto's Joker in a way.
Yeah, so I don't not like it. It's not like The Crow that I grew up on watching so many times I can quote it, but
it looks, besides the long hair, it's very much trying to rock that style and that vibe.
Right.
I'm sorry. Why does the dude have a tattoo and one of his eyes is a nipple?
It's artistic style. Gosh.
No, the eye nipple is too big than the other eye. You got to keep it symmetrical. Like, oh my god.
Calm down. Freaking what's his face? Soul Eater guy.
Okay. I'm just saying that. Nope.
I forget what his name is in Soul Eater. Gosh.
Yeah. As I always say, give me a trailer and we'll see.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I don't mind the look. Like, I mean, like we said, minus the long hair. It's not true to the character.
Not a bad look otherwise.
Yeah, it's not a bad look. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather reserve judgment for the film until either I've seen it or the trailer. But I mean,
right.
Bill Skarsgård's been really good in a lot of stuff. So as an actor, I think he could do it justice.
Yep.
All right, Shaw, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Next up, with X-Men 87 coming soon, I thought it'd be nice if we could talk about some of these seasons before that hits. So I thought we could talk about season 1 and 2 today.
97. Right?
Are any of you guys familiar with the first 2 seasons?
Yes.
I am not.
No.
I am an old lady, and it's been many, many moons since I've seen it.
You talking about the original? You talking about the original cartoon show? The first 2 series?
Yep.
Yeah.
First season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't they have the Sentinels in there and didn't Morph die?
The Sentinels are in there. Magneto was in there. You saw both. You saw Kane. Kane.
I was posting in our chat how many crazy people have showed up in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, you saw a lot of crazy folks in there.
Punisher is in a scene. I think in you get. I gotta scroll back to the feed. There's so many people that shows up.
Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah, Mr. Sinister in that. Yeah, Mr. Sinister in that bad boy.
Yeah, they did Days of Future Past early.
Yep.
We get to see the Savage Lands.
Yep, we do.
You see Morph die and then come back later.
Yep.
Morph is dead.
We see
Colossus. The thing you have like about that. The thing you have like, and you really wasn't thinking about it because you were just a kid or you were young. You really didn't think about the situations those guys had to face for like every freaking mission. It's like not only do you have the military on your ass, you got a Sentinel gunning for you. Not just one Sentinel, like
an army.
1, 2, 3 of them.
Because in that season 1, technically the big bad at the end of season 1 was what's his face, the Sentinel god,
Master Mold.
Master Mold. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Who was a
Master-
big ass sentinel himself. Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
making Sentinels out of him,
He was making sentinels. Yeah.
and he
Oh, we
had
got
the
don't
grand
forget.
plan to switch the brains of like presidents and leaders across the globe with robotic brains, and that's so he just went and captured them all.
And don't
Right.
forget, we also got we saw the blob.
Yep.
Nothing can stop the
Blob.
We saw a little
blob.
bit of
We
Mystique.
saw the blob. We saw Mystique. Yep. Nightcrawler. Yep.
Yep.
Uh,
Thing.
Oh, we saw
I think-
Nightcrawler.
No, we
I
didn't
could
see
be
Nightcrawler
wrong.
for 2 seasons. Nightcrawler's not in the first 2 seasons.
I'm
Maybe
trying.
it was later seasons. Like I know he was in the show, but
I
maybe
know
it
he
was
was in the show. Yeah, I know he was in the show.
I'm almost done
Um,
with season 3, so I'm like, he hasn't shown up yet.
Didn't we get but I know he was in the series. Didn't we get the Starjammers in season 2?
Season 3 of the
I'm
Star
not
Trek.
sure.
Yeah, I know we got the
I just
Starjammers at some point too. Yeah. We got
Unless
the
that was
Starjammers.
here, but I'm not sure.
And we got and I know we got Gladiator.
Season
Who's
3.
like Yep.
He's later. Glad was a little later on.
he was
Yeah,
a
I think he was in
badass.
season 3.
He's a badass.
Because like I said,
Yeah.
that's season 3
Yeah,
has a lot
Starjammers
of
in season 3 as well.
We got the Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut.
Yep, Juggernaut shows up quite a bit. We also got Tagger, more Tagger.
Yeah, we got yep.
We
Yeah.
got Angel as well as Archangel.
Yep.
Was Forge in that one?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
he's in the
I
Disney
didn't see
Castle.
Forge a little later though.
There's a couple characters that they flip flopped with what they wanted to do clearly when they were writing, because like Cable is introduced in season 1, but he's not the Cable that we know. And then in season 2, when they do the Days of Future Past timeline, they just decide to forget that was a thing in season 1, and try to stick to the traditional Cable that we know. Because when they introduced Cable in season 1, they're like, he was a soldier in this one other army, and he was fighting for them, and then he decided he no longer wanted to fight for them because they were actually bad guys, and so now he's a revolutionary fighter. Okay. Forge is similar because we also got what's his face in the future too.
Bishop.
Yep. Because Forge is the one who helps sends Bishop back.
Yep.
Did we get Nimrod too?
In season 3,
Yeah.
no, is season 2? Is Nimrod? Maybe it was season 2 in Nimrod.
Could have been the end of season 2.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been the end, but I know we got him.
Yeah, we do get him.
We got
Because
Apocalypse.
that was. Yep.
What about Omega Red?
Yeah, Omega. Yep. Colossus too.
Yep.
We do, even though we don't get her, we do get Colossus' sister. We don't get Maggie.
Eliana.
Yeah.
We do get her because they go for Colossus and Jubilee go to.
You mean Sparkle Fingers?
Motherland?
Don't do that to
Find her,
Jubilee.
and they go up against Omega.
Look,
Don't do
in
that to
the
Jubilee.
YouTube series X-Men EX-Men, Jubilee is good at a rave, and that is it. If I want to go do some
You hate no
shrooms
Jubilee like
and get
that, man. That's
completely
just
messed up with
disrespectful.
flames, I will totally have her do fireworks while I'm at
That's
Burning
just
Man.
disrespectful. Don't be hating on Jubilee like that.
So, Ando, I have reading homework for you.
Okay.
About I think it was 2022 it came out. There's a 5 or 6 issue Exterminators storyline, which is led by Dazzler, Jubilee, X-23, and
Sorry, I'm turned away already with Dazzler and Jubilee.
and is it Boom Boom?
Why you hating on Dazzler, man?
Yeah, Dazzler.
Look, I've heard
great.
rumors
I
that
don't care
Taylor
what
Swift is playing Dazzler in the new Deadpool movie. I don't know if I can see it.
Well, you know,
It's the perfect role to have it.
don't blame Dazzler for who they chose to cast her as.
Straight up, you have Taylor Swift be Dazzler for 30 seconds on screen. I'm okay with that. Heck, you can have Taylor Swift just be Dazzler as a goddamn poster on the wall. That's what they probably are gonna do. But here's the thing, Dazzler is actually a dope ass character. I don't care what anyone says. She's dope.
Look, it was the worst character to play as in the X-Men arcade game. I hated playing her as that. I purposely would not put quarters in and stand back for one of the good characters.
Who needs more? Let me ask this: who needs more of a booty? Taylor Swift or Brie Larson?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
You need to stop hating on Brie, man.
Envy Adams.
You
is
would have
gonna come
totally
in and
said that The
kick
Marvels
ass.
was an okay movie if she had even a handful of butt. Tell me I'm wrong, Will.
Oh, it was decent.
Hello,
I just don't like Brie. I just don't like Brie. Even with Scott Pilgrim, I just don't like Brie.
Dude, that was an underrated movie.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of the greatest movies of all time. I don't care what
Absolutely.
anyone says.
Yeah.
Even if it had Michael Zarafay. Diamond gets it. Thank you, Diamond. Michael
has
Cera
so many-
is
it has
the owner
so
of
many
Zarafay, the lotion from the Super Bowl commercials.
Mhm. Chris Evans is in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, he is.
I'm mad
And
at
he
Chris
plays a
Evans.
damn
I'm
good
not gonna be a
part, too.
Chris Evans fan. I'm not gonna be a fan of Chris Evans until he gives me my Human Torch and Captain America crossover. I'm gonna be a fan of his again until I get that.
Oh, he 100% would do it too, though.
He would
He
do
would.
it. I know he would.
Yeah, so it's not his fault. It's if anything, this would be one I'd give Kevin Feige. But Kevin Feige, fucking make it happen.
Make it happen, man. I want to
There's
see
going
that.
to be a scene where the two of them are sitting in the same room.
That'd
Yeah,
be
Cap,
hilarious.
I
Damn,
still stand by.
Cap, that is America's ass. It looks a lot like mine.
I stand by.
Whatever you
They
say,
need
Johnny.
to have it. They need to have a joke, and obviously they haven't technically introduced us to Fantastic Four yet. But if anything, in the Deadpool 3 movie, introduce us to only the Human Torch character for the new Fantastic Four. And what you do is you have both Chris Evans and Tyler B. Jordan walk up and be like, "Hey, if this sucks, it's okay. You can come back. Read it." As long as you're the Human Torch, you can always come back. And guess what? When you do, you get a better fucking role, and everyone will love you till the day you goddamn die.
There you go.
I could totally see Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan in the same scene together.
Michael B. Jordan is just 2 movies, and everyone loves him. He's great now. Like after Marvel, like everyone wants Killmonger back. Everybody wants Killmonger back.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
no one
Shaw,
wants to
what's
talk about
next?
his Fantastic Four role.
All right. Moving. Okay. Speaking of X-Men, the original producer, or I think director, I'm not sure, of Spider-Man animated series back in the day, said that he's willing to do a Spider-Man 89, 98. We have a picture of what that could look like with the logo. Picture number. Yeah, there we go.
Willing to do it. I'm willing to take the money, guys, if you will pay me. I've been.
But you know what?
forgotten
Though we
for
saw,
money.
but you know, we saw a lot of extra characters in that. We saw
Yep.
Daredevil,
Yep.
Mhm.
Blade,
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
We saw
They're
a lot
basically
of
all the
characters.
heroes for hire in New York.
Yeah, we saw a lot of characters in that. The
Mhm.
Sinister Six.
In the end,
We
they
saw
did
all
Secret
them.
Wars.
If I have any nitpick off of the logo, I don't understand why they didn't do the logo for the 98 in the same font as Spider-Man, but that's a minor nitpick.
Right.
Yeah.
My question is, why can't we just get new storylines, not tossing them all the way back like 30 years?
Because Cat, it's called the multiverse. The multiverse has to be in a cat.
It's because there's a bunch of grown adult babies who have not moved on
Grown up.
from their childhood. And
So, like, we just have to take away the member berries?
I remember.
I
Remember when the
remember
good X-Men movie? Remember when the good X-Men comics crossed over with the good Spider-Man comics? I remember.
You remember Cobalt? I remember Cobalt. It's fantastic.
Fantastic, Cat.
Yeah, you remember.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Spider-Man's fantastic.
It is.
They need to stop tripping. They need to stop tripping though. I mean, can we bring old school Jessica Drew back, please? Can we
Well,
bring
there's
her
nothing
back?
to talk about that, so
Bring
we'll
Jessica
see.
Drew, please. Can we bring her back,
Who's Jessica Drew?
please? Please, just by herself in her own show.
Who is Jessica Drew?
Spider Woman, the original Spider Woman, OG Spider Woman.
Like orange suit Spider-Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Old school. Can you bring her back, please? I mean, her run when she was pregnant and was still being a superhero was just hilarious.
I still have not read that. I want to read it. I've heard nothing but great things.
Oh, it was funny. It was funny. I loved it. Me and my sister had a good time reading that. Oh my goodness.
All right. Next up, we got our first look at Tron. Tron 3, picture number 7.
Do I have that? Yes.
what they're not telling us is this is just a picture that they asked ChatGPT to create for him, and
Yeah.
just give it out to people. That's our new Tron picture.
That looks like a Halo 5 costume.
It
Oh
looks
my God.
cool. It looks cool, but like at the same time, it's like it's just generic. It's not anything unique or special.
Does anybody get Taskmaster feelings from that?
Does anybody question why like they didn't want to do a Tron 2 and it barely made it off the ground and it made no money, but yet they're doing Tron 3?
You mean a Daft Punk album? That was
What is
basically
the
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I mean, I guess another Daft Punk album would make it worth it.
But if Daft Punk comes back, that's the only reason
As
I
long-
watch it.
As
Why
long
does
as
the
Jude
back-
Lee does the fireworks on the side during that Daft concert.
Why does this bat look like a construction sign?
As long as we
Because
don't
it's
have
a work
to
in
deal
progress.
with a CGI'd young version of what's his face the whole movie, I'm okay with that. I don't want to
Jared
see a
Leto?
CGI. What?
Jared Leto.
No, original. I can't say his name. I see his face.
Jeff
Original
Bridges?
Tron. Yes. Remember how in the second one they tried to see because there's supposed to be two of them. They had the original him, and then they had the
CGI.
they had the computer version of him. So they had the young. They did this like horrible animation to make him look young the whole movie, and I was like,
Yes.
can I not see that the whole movie? I really don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is just
All right.
confusing. Why is it confusing?
Janae,
Alright,
what's
what's up?
up? What going on?
Spider-Woman
Yes,
or
classic
something?
Spider-Woman
Okay.
is
Yes,
on
it
Disney.
is. The cartoon is there. Yes.
I will look at that. I know I
Yes,
have
the
Disney
cartoon
Plus, so
is
I will
there.
look at
Yes. And there's some differences between her and Spidey. So,
Also, hold on. I got to do this because Janae's here. How do you like the hat, Janae? How do you like the hat?
Janae is in the building. What's up, sis?
How do you like the hat?
Janae in the building.
Yeah.
Why
All right,
why
we'll-
is that? Why? Why?
Because it's Jared Leto.
I don't think Jared Leto's awful.
He's
Did
hit
you
or
ever-
miss.
Did you ever
hell
see
no.
Mr. Did you ever see Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, I'm not burning this.
Has anyone here
Nope.
seen Mr. Nobody?
No.
That is a really.
I know of
fun,
Mr.
like,
Nobody
cool-
from the Fast and Furious movies, but
No,
Damn.
no. Seriously, if you want to see a fun, you want to see a cool, unique Jared Leto movie, go watch Mr. Nobody.
okay.
It is a very, very cool movie with a really cool twist.
Janae said burn it.
I'm not burning it. Nope. You'll have to tie me down to burn this. Nope, not gonna happen.
But yes, that first Spider-Man, that only Spider-Woman cartoon is about Jessica Drew is on Disney Plus. All right, I'm gonna go over to Diamond for a second. Diamond, what video game news do you have for us?
So, Grand Theft Auto maker Rockstar Games asked workers to return to office 5 days a week starting April, with receiving backlash from most of their workers who are doing work from home.
That tracks.
Can we just let them work from home? Jesus Christ!
I mean,
Well,
with
if they got a deadline to meet, man,
being in its final stages, so they're like, we want everyone at work. We don't want no more leaks or anything.
I'm sorry, dude. I gotta agree with Diamond on that, especially
No.
if there are leaks and everything coming out. Gotta get the lid on that tight, man.
Well,
No,
here's the other side of that, though. As someone who has worked from home, and I wasn't just working from home because, like they said, we couldn't be working in the office. Like, I had to earn the privilege to work from home.
Mhm.
You can be 10 times more productive at home
Mhm.
than you can be in the office because you don't have everyone stopping by your. Now, mind you, there are certain collaborative efforts which maybe there are certain things you do need to kind of like spitball.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to call a last minute meeting, I could see why they would do it for that.
Blade Runner 2049, by the way, successful Jared Leto movie. Sorry, continue.
And of course, Hoochman does have a point. It could have to do with like the fear of like parts of the game getting leaked, things of that nature. Now, here's my thing. If they let them go back to working from home after like they get the game finished,
Right.
fine.
They're not.
If it was like a temporary, but if they're like, nope, we just want everyone working in the office now because we got too much real estate that we're invested in. Nah, that's kind of a BS move.
So before the pandemic, the video game industry was having so much. There was so much bad stuff going on because one, video game people were trying to unionize, but I don't know if. To be honest, I feel bad. I didn't follow a lot of that, so I don't know how successful that was. But I know that they were trying to unionize because crunch time was so awful that people were working 48-hour like shifts. Like people were not allowed to, they weren't allowed to go home. They had to stay there, and that was normal. That was incredibly normal for a video game industry. And so this is just them, like the pandemic gave these people a little bit of a breather, gave people like, oh, I can actually have a fucking life. So I have no faith that the video game industry is not trying to just go right back to that, where we're just going to do crunch time. Everyone's going to be forced back to the office. You're not allowed to go outside the building for the next 6 days because we want this game, this, that, and guess what? You're peeing in a bottle at your desk. Don't dare go anywhere.
I gotta say, man, after like
did.
10 hours of my job, I'm completely burned out. I don't know how I would manage 48 hours of reading code and putting in stuff like that, man.
I seriously, they tracked it. There was like EA and a bunch of these people were doing that. People were talking about how they worked like 48-hour shifts. They were not allowed to go. They were chugging energy drinks and coffee, 5 energy shots and everything because they were not allowed to leave. They couldn't leave their desk. They were told if they left their desk, they'd be fired. So that's what they're trying to get them back to.
But they're going to face a lot of burnout and quitting. Employees are going to start trying to quit and going to different studios. But knowing how strict the gaming genre is with workers and everything, there's no way they're going to find another job with lesser restrictions on them.
Right.
So there was a documentary that came out, and they talked about it. Basically, it's very rare will you find if you go to a video game company, you won't typically find a bunch of staff that have been there like, oh, we've been there the last... You won't typically find someone who's been there the last 20 years who's been a programmer or a coder. Because typically after every game, they get burnt out, they move to a different studio, and they keep doing that in cycle every couple of years because that's just how it goes. It was all right in it. Okay. Again, go watch Mr. Nobody. Mr. Nobody, great movie, and he's the center character. Mr. Nobody is wonderful. So I don't know. I know since we're pre-pandemic, I used to be really focused on the video game industry because I felt bad for how it was being treated, and I was really supportive of them trying to unionize because it is one of the few really big industries that wasn't unionized. And so I don't know. It's just one of those things. How I see it is, I'm sure that they're just going to try and go back to this. They're just going to try and go back to making them go to that horrible situation.
Mm-hmm. Also, Sony lays off 900 PlayStation employees, closes London studio, and canceled projects, including some VR new projects.
Just so weird. Why?
Yeah. Tech's taking a big hit. They really are.
Well, Sony just took that big job. Didn't it just come out that Disney's no longer going to make their own movies, so they're having Sony make their Blu-rays? And so they just landed that big thing, and now they're going to lay off people? So it's like, okay.
Well, I think it's a different division. So, yeah, because Sony's going to be making their physical media for Disney.
Mm-hmm. Sure, it's a different division. It's still the main company.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Also, EA is cutting 5% of workforce, moving away from the future IP in order to double down on owned IP, sports, and online communities.
They need to bring NBA Live back. That's what they need to do.
And they're like, nah, get that. We're going to do microtransactions.
They need to bring NBA Live back. That's exactly what they need to do.
They need to fix Madden franchise is what they need to
fix
do.
that too. But NBA 2K, but NBA 2K is just running roughshod. It's running roughshod.
Do you think they bring back NBA Live? I don't think they do, man.
I don't think they do, but I want it to come back.
It's going to take a slam dunk of a game for NBA Live to even catch up to 2K at this point.
Aren't they bringing up college? Aren't they bringing back college football though?
They are. Yeah.
I thought so.
But EA is still going to have the corner market on Madden, so you can say, hey, people are going to play college football, but until you get a competition for Madden, Madden's going to keep being the shit show that it is.
Yeah.
Shit, where you just get a few new jerseys. You can't even get the current jerseys correct. I don't know if you guys seen, but they just put Madden 24 on Game Pass for Xbox. When you go to the Buccaneers jerseys, they have their new jerseys and the old white Bucco Buccaneer helmet on it, and you can't get the current helmet. It's like, fix your shit, dude. I mean, that's.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, hell, Madden ain't been good since what? Madden ain't been good since what?
97.
98? 97.
I would say Madden 2005 was my favorite match.
Yeah, it been good for a minute.
So,
but the thing is, EA don't care really about what people think. More about microtransactions and making more money than with
Yep.
other games they did, even though
They
Madden
they
want,
Ultimate.
they want you to make sure
Huh.
you get. They
Madden
want you to
Ultimate
make.
Team.
They want you to
Man,
make.
nothing
Yeah,
but
that's
God,
what they
which
want.
smells good.
I'm about to say the same thing. They want that MUT, that MUT team. They want you to go customize that
Stop
and
playing.
spend all
Dude,
your
I
money.
stopped playing. Stop playing Mutt.
Yeah, can't do it no more.
Nope.
People ain't got money like that.
Also, Respawn Star Wars first-person shooter, the Mandalorian game that I talked about last week, is canceled. But we're working on a next
Bruh.
Jedi game. Black Panther and Iron Man will continue.
And I also say that they're coming out with Star Wars Battlefront remastered. I cannot wait.
It's like
That's
This
gonna be
gets
good.
back to my core complaint of like, can't we just get something new? Like, I get that Battlefront was like a hot mess, but you're just putting lipstick on a pig at this point.
When you say something new, are you talking about in the Star Wars franchise, or are you talking about in general?
Just games in general. Like, you're seeing the same thing in movies that you're starting to see in games. Like, oh, we're just going to remaster it. We don't want to actually create a new game. We're just going to remaster the old one and make people be happy.
Hey, right now, there's a lot of people out there delivering justice to worlds on Helldivers right now, because for democracy, okay.
Well, I mean, Johnny Silverhand blew up the Arasaka building, to protest capitalism. But,
Helldivers, man, that's where it's at. Everyone's shooting up bugs and some robots.
I really need to get into Helldivers too.
Hey, real quick, Madden 15. Real quick, Madden 15 was decent. It wasn't a bad game. It was decent.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was decent. Wasn't the best, but it was decent.
It had a Seahawks cover. That's why.
I'm not gonna say all that, but anyway.
Well, when you put a guy like Richard Sherman on the cover of Madden, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Greatness.
Yeah.
So you're saying we need to put Richard Sherman back on the cover of Madden again?
That's what I heard. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, as long as you don't put Michael Crabtree on it.
Oh, shade to the 49ers fans.
When you put a sorry ass receiver like Crabtree, that's what you're gonna get.
Oh, what you gonna get?
Don't you ever put his name in my mouth. What? And then Aaron Andrews is just completely confused. Like,
she like what going on? What?
Yeah.
What if EA decided to like Taylor Swift on the cover of Madden for next year's? Like, throw a curveball at them.
Yep.
While
we're on the subject of sports,
throw it off.
See, we are not going there, Tyler. We are not going there, sir.
No, that's a conversation.
He already got his cover. He already got his cover because when his cover came out, he got into that little incident right after he was on the damn cover. So he already got his Madden curse. He already got his Madden curse, sir. We're not going to put him on Madden. But you know what?
That's a real thing, though. Like every person that's on the cover of Madden is like cursed.
Because if you go back and look at Peyton Hillis, he was on the cover of Madden.
Tom Brady broke the curse in 2018 when he was on it.
Yep.
Then I think 2019 was Antonio Brown. He definitely was cursed. Absolutely. Patrick Mahomes was on it in 20. 21 was Lamar. Was 21 Lamar? I think 21 was Lamar, and he was cursed. 22 was Brady and Patrick. Brady played like shit. Patrick played good, but he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. And then who was it?
Just making me think of my GameStop days where people would trade in everyone would trade in last year's for the new one, and then we'd have a billion of these things that we'd be selling for like 98 cents.
I used to be able to name the Madden cover artist from 2000 all the way to 2013 until they started doing two separate consoles.
And there was a lot of people on Madden who did absolutely nothing after they were on that cover. Go back and look at Peyton Hillis. He was he was doing so well. He was
cover artist of 2011.
He was doing so well.
2012.
He was doing so well. And then he got on the cover of Madden, and guess what? He ain't do nothing after that.
Trash.
Nothing from nothing leads nothing. And that's exactly what he did after he got on that cover. Nothing. All right, go ahead, Don.
Also, Saber Interactive, developer of the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake, will leave Embracer in a $500 million deal to become privately owned company, the biggest move yet. Embracer's ongoing cost-cutting initiative.
Damn.
So, yeah.
That's what serious money. Serious loot. All right, go ahead. What else you got?
Crash 4 developer Toys for Bob is officially going indie, returning back to its roots.
That's what's up.
Choice for Bob, I think, also did Spyro, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Love Spyro.
Yep, Spyro's good. They need to make a new original story for Spyro.
Yeah, they do.
We all know what video game really needs to be made, and that is another
Gears of War. I can get behind it.
I get behind that, buddy. I
They
can
need
get
to make
behind
a
that,
Gears
man.
6.
Shooters aren't my thing, but I can get behind that.
I stopped shooting them. I just chainsaw them, and then if I get shot, so be it.
Oh, that's coming up behind us.
Damn.
Yep. Dangle their corpses.
So you basically
What
do
else
like
you got,
Leroy Jenkins, like
Leroy Jenkins.
Yes.
Oh my God, Ando just died. What, do we revive him? Yeah, we got to revive him. We're down a guy.
What else you got, Dom?
Also, Rocksteady does acknowledge that players have demanded for a new patch, for the next patch, which is set to fix up some bugs in the game, in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but they're deciding to ignore their demand and are instead pushing to focus on season 1 of the DLC pack, which is including the Joker.
So you're not going to fix a bug, but you want to keep pushing content out? Yeah, that sounds like a real start
Makes no sense.
That's
strategy.
because all their microtransaction people will still do that and play the game and pay for it.
Exactly.
No, I'm not a fan. Fix the problems before you put new stuff out.
Hey, this is that meme where the guy says something logical and they get thrown out the window. That's gonna be you, Ando. You're getting thrown out the window for saying something logical.
Gladly. And then I'll think about how I could have fixed it on my way down.
That's all right. Because right he gets thrown out the window, she'll save him.
Rogue's gonna catch me.
Except she forgot to put on her gloves today, and so that was the last catch you ever feel of your life.
He could die a happy man that way.
You know what?
True.
I'm going to keep it PG at this point and say she needs to watch where she puts her hands. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I got you, sugar.
Sugar, what's this white stuff in my hands?
What you got, Dom?
Yoko Taro reportedly teases Nier 3 at Nier's music concert in London, telling fans to cheer if they want Nier Automata 3.
I can get behind
I
that.
did play those. I've heard they're fun.
They're really good.
I just see everyone dressed up at Comic-Con as them, but
Okay. And then over 180,000 Helldiver 2 players are storming a single planet and are on track to liberate it in under 24 hours unless Arrowhead, the Vice DM, gets mean again. Update he did.
Joel.
Damn,
So
man.
what? Everybody basically in the game is just going to storm to one planet and that's it?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Again, they are
Coordination by
bringing
numbers. Let's
democracy to that world. Okay?
Yep.
They are
Joe
going free.
Biden's gonna get on there and be like, guys, this planet is under attack, and my government will fix it and liberate those people from that planet. Am I saying that planet right? President Kamala.
I did see.
Let there be free.
I did see a funny TikTok where they were, they were talking about compared Suicide Squad and Helldivers, because it was like, man, why isn't people playing Helldivers? You mean the game where you're playing a bunch of bad guys and it's a shooter looter and it's live service? Yeah, I don't know why people don't want to play it. What are they playing? Helldivers. What's that? It's a loot shooter with live service where you're playing a bunch of basically bad guys. It's doing really well.
My little brother told me that it's basically Bad Batch with guns. I'm like, what?
That's what I've heard too. I've heard something similar.
Damn.
I've heard it's nothing but great. I'm hearing great things from it. So I'm definitely gonna have to look into it. I don't even think isn't it like only $30 or something?
Mm-hmm. It's really cheap. I'm like, Jesus. You got all these indie games coming out that are better than the actual AAA titles.
Well, I mean, that's how the indie titles start taking over, you know.
Again, how many people were upset with Baldur's Gate 3 because they're like, hold on, we don't want people knowing how good games could be.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's why they threw in you can have sex with bears, just
What?
throw that in there.
They took that out, okay?
I want that back.
I heard
Oh,
it.
enjoy
It had
it.
to be a real thing.
Yeah, it was a real thing.
Yeah, it was a real thing.
It was.
Yeah.
For a minute, and then they took it out. They put it on a live stream, and then they blocked the live stream afterwards because of that scene.
Hey, yo, there, Explorer. How about you come into here and we can cuddle by my picnic basket? Hey, yo, what are you doing? Get that stick from out of there. Hey.
Hey, if anyone who's played Baldur's Gate, that scene where you walk into the abandoned like barn, I guess, where you find the
Oh, now we got bears and barns now?
now you have a tiny little ogre trying to mount the big ogre.
Bears, barns, and Yogi Bear. Oh my!
Look, like a little
Here we
goblin
go.
kind of mounting
Here we
ogre.
go.
Yeah, here we go. It's Geek Gauntlet podcast after dark. Let's do it.
Yes.
After dark hour.
Uh-huh.
The last 30 minutes is the after dark version.
Yep. Let me tell you what I did to that bear. First off, I found his nipples, right? Then I found a can inside that barn that I was hiding in, and I milked it.
Oh
It was-
Oh
man.
my god.
And we
Oh,
switched to
man.
this Space Coast
And let me
format,
just
and
say, I got
we
claw,
just-
I got
Yeah.
bear claws all down my back. And when you think bear claws, they're not the claws, they're the pastry. Somehow we had pastries there, so we ate them.
Maybe Hawkman sitting at a desk and just telling him, Space Ghost and Hawkman talking to, having a nice little conversation. That's what we'll do. They'll tell us the week's events.
What else you got, Diamond?
I think that South Park's Snow Day is supposed to come out like later this month.
March 26th.
Mhm.
It's like,
Between South Park, between Star Wars Battlefront Remastered, and WWE 2K24, my gaming catalog on my Xbox is going to be filled. WWE comes out March 5th if you get the pre-order bonus.
I ain't gonna pre-order
You
that.
know who ain't in it?
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
Nope, he's not.
Nope.
All because he stood up against Vince
He messed up.
McMahon and his allegations.
Yep. He messed up.
Yep, I'm all right. You did see who's in the first DLC patch, right?
Mm-mm.
CM Punk and the Dudley Boys.
I can take the Della Boys.
Dudley Boys. Yep, it's the EC.
I can take the
It's the
Della Boys.
ECW
Fuck
pack.
CM Punk.
Oh,
Yep.
I have the shirt. I have the Dudley Boys t-shirt.
Fuck him. Fuck CM Punk.
Oh, yeah.
Give him a.
No,
give him a-
dude, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't too excited about it until my brother bought it for his Xbox, and then I got a copy of it on mine. And now that the day is slowly getting closer, I'm like, all right, I'm getting a little excited for it. I'm getting just a little excited.
It's just a little.
All right.
Just a
So
little.
let's go ahead and finish up, you guys. Shaw, what you got up next, man?
All right, we got some potential news about the Power Rangers reboot, version number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so according to the showrunner, the episodes will be 1 hour long. What are your thoughts?
I like it. I'm curious to see who they're gonna cast as who, but I'm behind it. Anything Ty knows, anything Power Rangers, I'm behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
with casting, it won't really matter because because they want to pay cheap, so they're going to find nobodies. Yeah,
As long as they
casting
bring in
won't
one of
matter.
the, as long as they bring in one of the originals to do the mentoring, it'll be worth it.
Depends what storyline they're trying to do. Because if they're doing a reboot,
Or if they want to do it based off of once a Ranger, always a Ranger, they'll bring in the chick that played the Yellow Ranger, so Trini's daughter. I think that would be a smart move.
That'd be cool.
I'm
Yep.
just heartbroken right now because, as far as I can tell, 2024 is going to be the first year without Power Rangers in 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this picture and I thought it was interesting. I used it for the thumbnail tonight, but I found that picture and I thought it was kind of cool looking.
I like
It
it.
is.
That's
It
kinda
is.
cool.
When everybody first saw these outfits, everyone was upset. They hated them, and then really they grew. They grew on everyone because they're not bad looking outfits. They're not bad looking suits. I think the only downside, and the 2017 Power Ranger movie had its issues, and it was never going to be successful because it was going up against something that was just impossible to beat.
Yeah, it's a nostalgic kick that you're not going to stop.
Yep.
But for what it was decent. I will say at its core, one thing, and I hate that I have to say this because it really makes Power Rangers feels like bad. But like the movie did forget what was the core of Power Rangers, and it was to sell toys. And the movie did not do that because it didn't. Before the movie came out, they had a morpher. But did you see a morpher in the movie?
No.
No.
They had the power coins. After the initial show of the power coins, did we see them again? No, we didn't. The power weapons, did we see power weapons? Well, we saw a sword for like 12 seconds. Did we see anything else? No, we didn't.
No.
The movie forgot that it was supposed to sell toys. And so I get it. It sucks because like they tried to do something better, like evolve that, but it's like, well, that's something that people loved about Power Rangers. Though it was designed to sell toys. You kind of got to keep that nostalgic vibe to it.
I think a lot of it also has to do with it being a movie. You don't get that episodic time to build that story of, oh, hey, we have another episode. Now we can introduce these people with weapons, or now we can show them in another way of morphing. Really can't do that in a 2-hour film. But yeah, I think by doing it this way with the 1-hour episodes, depending on how many episodes that they have, you can build that toy line back up on the next series that you're doing.
And supposedly this one is aimed at young adults, from what I understand.
Nice. Well, I'm not a young adult, but I'm still going to watch it.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I'll be doing my practice moves at Walmart. Yeah.
All right, next up, we just got some new episodes of Halo. Yeah, thoughts about that? I didn't watch that.
So before we go any further, episode 3 is what we were supposed to watch, right? Because I only got through episode 2.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Well, there is a 5th episode, but I only got through 2.
Okay, I watched episode 5 today.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my TV decided after episode 1 last night that it wasn't going to play any sound, and I like my Halo with sound. So I watched episode 2 today when I got home because the sound was fixed on my TV. That being said, Ackerson, part of my language, parental advisory advised. Fuck that dude. I don't like him. Absolutely, I cannot stand that dude.
You don't like Brother Blood? What?
No, fuck that dude. I can't say it enough. F that guy. Sorry. Blamp that guy. Don't like him. I'm really intrigued to see where the Master Chief storyline goes for episode 3. I love that they said Visegrad Relay because that was said in Halo Reach, the video game.
Yeah.
And hearing that is just like, oh my God, they said it. That being said, I am going to see it as a personal disappointment if while they are on Reach, they do not introduce some form of Noble Team. So if they don't mention Carter, they don't mention Cat, they don't mention June, they gotta mention that. I'm sorry.
I guess I gotta tune out. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, but with that though, I mean, so speaking of where the show has gone since then, I do have to agree with Hushman that after all the action we got in last week's episode, this week's episode was a bit of a slowdown, but I think you needed that because you kind of needed to see how each of these different factions was kind of going to handle the fall of Reach.
So, sorry, spoiler alert. Reach is gone.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay because I'm gonna watch it. But
well, I mean, I figure you've played the video game, so you kind of
already
know, right?
And I said it on the podcast last year in August when Will had me on the first one. Halo Reach is my favorite Halo. It's not because Master Chief, and I love Master Chief. Don't get me wrong, but when you can create a story with your character, and you get to control the actions. I mean, and granted, it's just like with Saints Row, the first one, where you don't say anything as a character, but you control it. You feel it. It's yours. Right. That's who you are. Master Chiefs is everybody that plays Halo. Halo Reach is you. That's who you are. You customize it. Your armor is yours, and it's good to go. So for me, Halo Reach will always be my favorite. It's also the first Halo game that I was able to complete mostly through on Legendary difficulty. I can't beat Halo 1, Halo 2, or Halo 3 on Legendary difficulty, and I can almost do it on Halo Reach. Probably not now because I haven't played it in forever, but Halo Reach was that one that I just gritted my teeth, gripped that controller, and you're going to die.
Yeah. Not giving too many spoilers for you and not going too deep into it, but what I'll tell you is after the 5 episodes I've watched so far of season 2 is I'm still enjoying it. So I want people to understand I'm still enjoying it. I'm having a good time. So that's not no hate on that. Like visually, it still looks good. They're still doing some very smart choices with how they're writing the story. Totally fine. The issues, as I'm going to point out, one is that it is it's made very clear to me that they're not going off of necessarily the story that we know. They're writing their own stuff, which isn't a bad thing. But this episode, definitely episode 5, made me realize, yeah, this is definitely not going. If you've played the video games, you followed the books and all that stuff, this is doing something different. It's in the same universe. It's following a very similar path. It's not the same story, I will give it to him. The actor who's playing Master Chief, in episode 4 and episode 5, for the first time, in my opinion, I slightly got a closer vibe of Master Chief because there are moments where he is interacting with like basically normal people, and in those interactions, when death happens or when chaos is happening, they're acting like we would, a normal person, like, oh my god, this is crazy, this is happening, and they look back at him and they're like, aren't you feeling anything? And he's just like, I have to go to, it's a war, I have to go shoot things, I have to go, like, it's very much the Master Chief that very much we kind of know from the comics, that idea that sometimes he's less human and more machine. And that was kind of what came back between him and Cortana often, was like, who really is the real machine between the two of us? You know what I mean? Like, there's elements to that I always appreciated, and I'm in episode 4 and 5, I feel like I'm seeing it for the first time.
Well, and you even see that with Vanek. Friend who that used to be a Spartan, turned pirate.
Soren.
Soren, sorry.
Vanek is one of the 4 Spartans.
Yeah. So
he's the one who likes birds.
In this episode with Soren, because even though the mission isn't find, target, destroy, his mission is finding his son. And so one of the things that I thought was really interesting about that is like his wife gets really upset with him because he's talking to these people like nothing's wrong. But you have to also think in the mind of both a Spartan and the mind of a pirate. If you're looking for intel, how do you get intel?
He needs to have charisma to communicate with people, and he's coming from a background that's anti-charisma, anti-communication. So he's he's learning how to channel it the way he is.
Yeah, so he knows how to have that charisma from his pirate days. And so here he is talking to these people, like trying to strike this conversation to lead them to give him information, whether they realize they're giving him information or not. And he's doing it in just a very cavalier way. Like he's having a conversation like we're sitting here having right now. And of course his wife doesn't understand, like, why aren't you asking about like our child, or if they've seen like a 10-year-old, like, why aren't you asking these pointed questions? But one thing he knows, both as a Spartan and as a pirate, is sometimes you learn more about the situation and more about what you need to know by not asking the direct question.
All right. Let's go ahead and finish this puppy up. Go ahead, Shaw.
All right. There's apparently a new Very Odd Parents series that's officially been announced. The original voices for Cobbs and Wanda will be returning. What are your thoughts?
I think it's overstated welcome at this point.
Fair.
I never watched the first Fairly Odd Parents, so
if you want to project a badass animation version, not live action, because I really
he's got a theory. Whoa, we gotta get you on so you can talk about your theory, Hoochman.
I'm down.
Danny Phantom.
Ooh.
Give me Danny Phantom back, a new animated series. Don't make live action because I doubt it's ever gonna look cool. Do stay with the animation and stay with the more traditional animation. Don't try to make like 3D or anything. I would be open to a weird version of like the Spider-Verse animation with the Danny Phantom storyline, but like, do something there. That was some cool shit.
Is Butch Hartman going to be in it?
Ooh.
I'm not sure yet.
That's a very good theory.
I like that, Hoochman.
Probably. All right, last up, we got this new series, Shogun. Has anybody seen it?
I did watch episode 1. I did. I liked it.
All right, what are your thoughts?
Heard it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was great watching. I don't know if it's spoilers, guys, but watching a guy be boiled to death. That was new for me.
Oh,
that was
good.
fun.
Say less, man. I'm watching it tonight.
Yeah, get a big giant pot, put some fire under it, put some water in it, and just take the guy and say, "Hey,
can I
time
do
for a
Salt Bae
bath."
action? Can I do Salt Bae action?
Dude, and they let him die slowly. They let him
Oh,
sit in that
shit.
pot and scream for hours, and the
Well,
whole
yeah, you
village.
have to have him think about his choices before he dies.
You made a rack of disciplined choices. You must sit in your hot pot and enjoy it.
I will tell
There's
you
a
right
salty
now,
carrots.
the cinematography that they're doing on Shogun is gorgeous. Because the wide sets of seeing the village, the wide sets of seeing the what city is it they go to again? They go to oh God, what is it? What is it? Shaw, the main city they go to.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't.
Shaw,
I don't.
you there?
Hmm?
You
Shaw?
there, Shaw?
Yeah.
What was that? What's that main city that they go to at the end?
I am not sure. I just haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I thought you did.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on the list.
Oh well, okay. Now I feel bad. Now I'm talking about. I was hoping at least
We'll just
somebody
call
else.
it
I
City
was
A.
spoiling
We'll
everything.
We'll call it City A, Ty.
Well, either way, the shots.
No. We'll call it. I got it. Brainstorming. A city.
But no, it's cool. It has some really cool stuff to it. It's also the fact that it's using some really historical accurate things, as well as using. I like that it's not all in English, and I like that it's not all in Japanese. I like that it's a mixture because you have the English and you have the Japanese. There's some really cool stuff to it. The sets look great. The costume makeup, how they do it, how they make everyone looks phenomenal. I'm excited to continue watching. I had to hold myself from not watching more episodes, but because I was like, oh, we're only gonna talk about episode 1, I better only watch episode 1. So, but I'm excited to watch more of it.
There we go. And with that being said, real quick, top it up a pick. And he's saying that this could be the Geek Gauntlet After Dark set.
I like it. Only if I get to be Space
Space
Ghost.
Oh, God.
Welcome.
I missed that show. I missed that show. That show was awesome. All right, let's go ahead and go around the room, see what everybody's got going on this week, and then we're going to roll out. Kat, what you got going on this week?
Well, over at geeknewsnow.net, you can always go ahead and check out all of the articles from our great writers. You can also follow us anywhere you have social media. We are, of course, across the web on the Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Facebook.
Sorry, what?
Instagram.
No, what'd you say after that?
Twitter.
I'm sorry, what?
It's still Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah. In my mind, it's still Twitter. Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, we have great podcasts coming to you all throughout the week. Mondays, you can tune in for MCU Monday. Tuesday has the Sith Dominion. Thursday has the Cantina Happy Hour, and then hop right back here on Saturdays to catch us here on the Geek Gauntlet.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Tyler, what you got going on this week, man?
Monday we're gonna be dropping episode 2, which is actually covering episode 3. Confusing, I know. Of Umbrella Academy, so make sure you guys jump in over there. Kat and Shaw helped me break down the episode and talk about it, because we're gonna keep you guys caught up as we dive deeper into the Umbrella universe. You can find the podcast right below here is my X handle, and so you can go here and find the link for the show, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's also going to be on YouTube, so just look it up there. It's Geek Talks. I think this season is going to be Under the Umbrella is what it's called, so feel free to take a peek and hopefully you enjoy it. Other than that, I'm just going to be watching too much TV and reading too many comic books, because that's what happens when you're a nerd and you just keep stacking things up and putting it off, and you're like, oh crap, I gotta get this done.
Tyler, you are not a nerd. This is the Geek Gauntlet podcast, not the Nerd Gauntlet. You're a geek.
Nerds, same thing sometimes at this stage. I used to care, but I guess this age, I'm like, accept either or.
Yep.
Diamond, what you got going on?
Thinking about finishing up streaming Guardians of the Galaxy and possibly continue streaming Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo woo!
All right, there we go. All right, Ando, what you got going on, man?
Monday night, if you will allow me, I will join you on the Sports Report podcast here on Twitch, Facebook, and or YouTube. Hey, I gotta ask, it's your show, man. I can't just barge in whenever I want. Otherwise, like I stated before, WWE 2K24 comes out March 5th.
Are you gonna stream it?
caveat to that, I might. I know Anderson Posse, who's on Twitch earlier today, is regathering his UWW stream ideas. So we may be looking for characters and or people to put on our roster. You guys can reach out to either him at Anderson Posse on Twitter or X. Or next week, I will put my X handle down so you guys can reach out to me so I can get you in touch with him. But personally, I don't know if I'm going to stream it. If I stream anything, it'll probably be the 40 years of WrestleMania gameplay because that's what I'm most interested in.
All right, and last but not least, Shaw, what you got going on, man?
I'm probably just gonna start rewatching Code Geass. That's it.
Cool. Yeah, look at that, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, I have that one too.
I know you bought it, so I had to go buy it.
All right. If there's nothing else, we'll say thank you for thank you for everybody coming through. Appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you for everybody out there in TV land for coming through and participating in the chat. We do appreciate you guys as well. And we'll see you all next week right here. Same bat time, same bat channel for the Geek Gauntlet podcast. Real quick, Ando, get your goodbye in.
Wait. You got to switch me with Ty. You got to switch me with Ty and do it again.
Ringtone.
Yeah, okay, now do it again.
Make that as
Oh, God, my face is all wet. Is it in my beard? I can't tell. Is it in my beard? I can't tell.
And on that note, we'll see you guys later. Thank you for coming through tonight. We appreciate everybody. We'll see you again next week. Y'all have a good one.
Deuces.
Oh my goodness.